Years ago, if I was out with my man and a nice looking woman walked by, I would not come out my mouth and say, you look so pretty. But now, my boyfriend can tell y'all, when we out, if a girl looks nice, I'd be like, I love your outfit. I love your shoes. I love your hair. Your makeup looks so good. You smell good. What you got on? I don't mind complimenting other women because her beauty, what she got going on is not a threat to me. Hey girl, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Trinity. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 7 habits of confident women. A few years ago, when I was trying to build my confidence and self-esteem, I literally observed and studied all of the confident women I knew. Anyone who just gave me that vibe that they were just so sure of themselves, loved themselves, had high self-esteem, and was just super duper confident, I basically sat down and took note of all the things that made them appear that way to me. And once I figured out what it was that made them give off those vibes, I started implementing all those things in my own life. My confidence has truly come a long way. Like, I really used to stand in the mirror, pick myself apart, talk down on myself all the time. I didn't think I was pretty. I used to always wear makeup. I didn't want to be seen without it. And for the longest time, I didn't even want to start a YouTube channel because I knew that it would be impossible for me to beat my face every single time I pulled the camera out. Like, I knew at some point people would have to see me without makeup, and I was not having it. Now I can say that I am very confident, and I'm just so proud of all the progress I've made over the years. I've really put the work in to become the confident person I am today, and I want to help y'all to build that same confidence. I did all the hard work for y'all. I did all the studying and the observing. So all y'all have to do is implement these tips. If you're into videos like this that help you become the best version of yourself and help you to just love yourself more and value yourself more, make sure you hit the subscribe button because that's what we all about over here. And without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing I noticed about confident women is that they do not chase. They simply attract. Confident women do not want anything that doesn't want them back. So they don't do the most to get people to want to be in their lives. They don't do the most to get men to want to be with them or to get men to notice them or just people in general. They don't do cartwheels to get people's attention. A confident woman knows that all she has to do is show up and what's meant for her will find its way to her. She's not desperate. She simply just shows up as her best self and allows things to flow and come to her. If something or someone seems to not be for her, she allows it to go. She doesn't try to hold on to people who don't want to be held on to. She doesn't try to hold on to things that are clearly not meant for her. Whenever I meet a woman or a girl who is just so pressed, especially for a man, like she's always doing the most to be seen, she's going after him and not allowing him to come to her, it just automatically gives me low self-esteem. And I'm not talking about women who put themselves in a position to be noticed by a man. Like, I do believe that if you want to meet a certain type of person, you have to go certain places or whatever. You know, all that stuff is true. But there are certain things, certain behaviors, certain habits that do give off desperate. So whenever I see women just doing the absolute most and chasing men down, trying to get their attention, trying to get them to notice them, it just gives me low self-esteem. It gives me low confidence. It gives me, you don't see your value. You don't feel like if you just sit there and be yourself, that man will come up to you out of genuine interest. And I know this topic might be a little controversial because there are people who feel like it doesn't matter if you're the man or the woman. If you want somebody, you should go after them. But I just personally don't agree with that. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't agree, but I personally don't live by that, because I want a man who is intentional about what he wants, someone who takes initiative. So I'm not going to be jumping through hoops to get someone to notice me. If I know for a fact you saw me, I'm not coming up to you saying anything, because if you were really interested in what you saw, you would have made your way over to me. But again, that's just me personally. You can put yourself in a position to be noticed by someone. Like, if you don't feel like they already saw you, of course, maybe you can walk by, but don't be walking by being all loud, doing the most. And if you're new here, please know that I don't go toe to toe in the comments. So if you disagree, then you just disagree. It really makes me no difference. The second thing I noticed that a lot of confident women do is that they make eye contact and they keep eye contact. This is something that I feel like I'm really, really good at now. It was very uncomfortable at first, but I feel like eye contact is one of those things you can fake until you make it. Like, if you're not used to doing it, it's going to feel very uncomfortable at first. You're gonna feel like you're just giving this person a death stare and making them uncomfortable. But after a while, like, the more you do it, the more you practice it, you'll start to actually feel empowered and you'll feel more powerful, which will in turn increase your confidence. It's like slightly intimidating a little bit when you're talking to someone and they can just look you right dead in your eyes without looking away every 5 seconds. But I kind of like the feeling, like, especially when you're talking to men, like if you're dating and they can give you nice eye contact. I love that. I find that very attractive. And men actually find that very attractive too. But this isn't all about pleasing men. I always admired this trait in other women when I would talk to them and they would just look me right in my eyes and just seem really confident about what they were saying. It just made me feel like they were very sure of themselves and just very powerful and that they knew their power. You can kind of tell when someone isn't super confident. I don't know why. It's way more comfortable to just look away whenever you lock eyes with someone. And like I said, it's something that I had to practice. It was very uncomfortable at first to be sitting there talking to someone, looking them right in their eyes the whole entire time. I mean, of course you can look away every now and then, but when I lacked confidence, it was always very awkward for me whenever someone looked me in my eye. Like I would look away really, really quickly. It's as if I thought I was invisible once I looked away. Like, they can still see you, girl. You know that, right? That's honestly one way you can show someone you're interested without actually going up to them and telling them that you're interested in them. Just lock eyes with them for a second. I mean, like I said, this isn't all about dating, but a man can't deny that you're interested when you're just sitting there staring at him just like he's staring at you. Number 3, confident women know how to take compliments. If someone tells them they look pretty or if someone tells them they like their outfit, they don't just negate the compliment. They accept the compliment because the compliment actually reinforces what they already believe to be true. Someone who's insecure and has low confidence will automatically assume that if someone gives them a compliment, they're lying or they're just trying to be funny. And I know this because I used to feel that way. When I didn't think I was pretty, I would think people were just saying that when they told me I was pretty. When I didn't really like the outfit I had on, I would think someone was trying to be funny if they said, "Oh, you look cute today." And the truth is, sometimes people are being funny. Sometimes people are lying. Sometimes they're just saying stuff just to say it. Like in that scene on Mean Girls where she was like, "Oh, I really like your dress. Where'd you get it from?" or whatever she said. There are people in the world who do that. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like the chances of someone being funny or lying to you about something that they like on you are very low. And honestly, I'm at a point now where I don't even care if someone is lying about a compliment. Because like, why would you do that? I mean, I personally believe I look good. So if you tell me I look good, I kind of already know that. And no, that's not arrogance. It's not arrogant, nor is it cocky. You literally have to set yourself up to be able to accept compliments for what they are. Meaning you need to be reciting positive affirmations to yourself. You need to be talking kindly to yourself every day. You need to be telling yourself that you're beautiful every day. You need to be telling yourself that you look nice before you walk out the door and that your outfit is nice and that your hair looks nice and that you did your makeup real good. Because once you believe all that in your heart for yourself, it won't matter if someone is being truthful or being funny. Like, you literally just won't care. That doesn't mean that you don't appreciate people's compliments. That doesn't mean that people's compliments don't have any worth, because they do. I love when I'm out and someone tells me I look nice or that I'm pretty. This little girl told me I was pretty the other day in the grocery store, and it made me feel so good, because y'all know kids don't be lying. So if they say something like that, they really feel that. And it just felt really good to hear that, especially from a young girl. But compliments also don't make my confidence. Your confidence should not be based upon how many compliments you get in a day, or how many people tell you you're pretty, how many people like your picture on Instagram, because you should already believe that you're valuable, that you look good, that you dress well, that you have a nice aura, a nice personality, before people even tell you that. Number 4, confident women know how to compliment other women. This is something I struggle with so bad for years. It's not even that I didn't like complimenting other women or that I couldn't compliment other women. It was hard for me to accept that someone else was pretty, or that someone else dressed well, or that someone else had a really nice personality, because I was threatened by that kind of stuff. I saw other women's beauty as a threat, especially if there was a man involved. Years ago, if I was out with my man and a nice looking woman walked by, I would not come out my mouth and say, "You look so pretty." But now, my boyfriend can tell y'all, when we out, if a girl looks nice, I'd be like, "I love your outfit. I love your shoes. I love your hair. Your makeup looks so good. You smell good. What you got on?" I don't mind complimenting other women, because her beauty, what she got going on, is not a threat to me. I'm confident in myself. I know myself. I love myself. And I see the value in myself. And I know that my value is not dependent upon what someone else has going on. Now, I'm very comfortable coexisting with other beautiful women. I'm very comfortable coexisting with other successful women, because someone else's beauty, someone else's success does not take away from mine. And I also had to come to terms with the fact that I cannot be in competition with everyone. Life is not a competition. I used to do things in hopes of being the best. And you should never do things with the intention of being the best. And I know somebody's about to try to debate with me in the comments, But hear me out. Someone's probably thinking, yes, you should try to be the best at whatever it is that you do. Yes, you should try to be the best nurse, the best lash tech, the best makeup artist, the best hairstylist, the best dancer. And yeah, that sounds nice, but I'm gonna stop you right there. You should not be trying to be the best. You should be trying to be your best. Because as long as you're trying to be the best, how you feel about what you do, how you look, whatever you got going on, is dependent upon what other people have going on, and that should never be the case. If your goal is to be the best at whatever you do, someone else showing up and being a little bit better than you is going to intimidate you, and it's going to make you feel less than. But as long as you are trying to be your best, there's nothing anyone can do to make you feel less than. So many women lack confidence because they're comparing themselves and competing with everyone in the world. There's no way you can be better than every other woman in the world at everything. You just can't. You will drive yourself crazy trying to beat everyone at everything. Just be confident in who you are, what you have going on, how you look. Love yourself for who you are. And it will be so easy for you to accept that other women are beautiful too, and that other women are successful too. And it'll be easier for you to compliment those women. The same way you like getting compliments, other women like getting compliments too. That's why I'm very intentional when it comes to telling a woman that she looks good, or telling her that her outfit is nice, or telling her that I like her hair or her makeup, or that I like the scent that she has on that day. People love to hear that kind of stuff. And no, I don't do it to boost their ego. I do that because that's genuinely how I feel, and I want them to know that. I know firsthand how it feels to actually put effort into what you have on, and you know, your hair, your makeup, your outfit, and have someone else recognize that and acknowledge that. So I try to do that for as many women as I can on a daily basis. Number 5, confident women practice self-care. Y'all know I love talking about self-care. It gets me so giddy inside. I strongly believe that people who don't practice self-care don't understand or believe that they matter. I know that might be a very bold statement to make, but I'm standing on that because I know what type of person I was and how I felt about myself when I wasn't practicing self-care. I didn't start really pouring into me and taking care of me on a consistent basis and making sure all my needs were met and doing whatever I had to do to make myself feel good and look good until I worked on my confidence and until I really saw my value. I tell a story all the time, but a few years ago when I was going through a breakup, I vowed to myself that I would become comfortable with myself and that I would fall in love with myself. I was very codependent. I felt like I had to be in a relationship in order to have value. I didn't know how to be single. I didn't like spending time by myself. It was very uncomfortable. It was very awkward. And I was very needy and clingy in relationships. So I vowed to spend time by myself, get to know myself, figure out what I liked, what I didn't like. I started getting my nails done on a consistent basis. I started making sure my hair was always done. I started really taking more pride in my appearance overall. And I know I said that those are things that confident women do, like women who are already confident, women who already see the value in themselves. But self-care is actually something that will boost your confidence if you don't already have it. You just have to start practicing it. So many people underestimate this, but I'm telling you, it works. It's something about investing time into yourself and giving yourself the same love and attention and care that you give to other people that makes you love yourself so much more. I was about to use working out as an example, but honestly, working out was actually a form of self-care. So yeah, let's go there. I developed so much confidence when I started working out consistently. I think it's something about doing something that you've never done, doing something that you never thought you would be consistent with, and actually being consistent with it. There's something about that that makes you feel so empowered, so powerful, so unstoppable. I feel so good at the end of every day knowing that I did something for myself, whether it be going to the gym, getting dressed that morning, doing my skincare routine, actually eating 3 meals a day, because these are all things that easily get pushed to the side, especially when you become a mom or if you're a girlfriend or a wife. So many women make being a mom, a wife, a girlfriend their identity, and they forget that they are actually an individual first. They forget to do things for themselves. They're always so busy trying to pour into everyone else, but you cannot pour from a cup that is empty. I first started really getting into self-care and becoming serious about it years ago when I went through that breakup, but once I became a mom, I took it to the next level because I knew that I would not be happy as a mom if I was not happy with myself as a person first. I know there are a lot of women who feel like they're getting a badge of honor for only caring about their kids and only caring about their husband or their boyfriend. You don't get a badge of honor for that. There's no prize at the end of life for giving everybody your all and giving nothing to yourself. You have to take care of you first. And confident women know that. I feel my best when I look my best, when I'm doing my best, when I'm showing up for myself. These are things that I prioritize because I know that I will be no good to anyone else in my life if I don't do those things for me first. And I mean, let's take this a step further. I feel like men prey on women who don't practice self-care. I feel like men prey on women who don't take care of themselves. Women who put everyone else before themselves. They prey on women who don't keep themselves up. They prey on women who walk outside looking any kind of way. They prey on women who don't know how to be alone, because all those things show other people that you don't value yourself. The bottom line is, when you love yourself and value yourself and see your worth, you act like it. You tap into that, you lean into that. And it is always very evident to the people around you that you care about yourself. And usually, I mean, from my own experience, when men see you treating yourself well, they don't usually come with anything less. There, I said it. Some of y'all keep getting stuck in these cycles of dealing with men who don't seem to prioritize you, men who don't value you, men who don't want to spend time with you. They don't feel like they have to spend time with you. Men who feel like they don't need to do anything for you. And y'all know we don't play the victim over here. I'm not going to enable you and tell you, oh, it's all his fault. I mean, yes, men should have good intentions. They should come into your life trying to make it a little bit easier. They should come into your life treating you well and valuing you. But the reality of it is, they're not going to do that if you don't already do that for yourself. I mean, some of them might, but you don't want to gamble like that. If you want someone to treat you well, and this is not even just men, if you want someone to treat you well, you have to show them what the standard is. You don't always have to tell someone the standard. You don't always have to tell someone what you like, how you should be treated, what they should do for you. If they see you doing that for yourself, if they have common sense, they'll be like, okay, that's a standard that I'm not really willing to live up to, so I'm gonna just stay over here and mind my business. And if they're the type of person who wants to do all those things for you, someone who's willing to do all those things for you, then they'll make their way over to you. All right, moving on from that one. Confident women are not afraid to speak up. I was just talking to my friend about this the other day. When I went and got my hair done, these braids, there was a whole lot going on in that hair salon. They sat me in someone's chair whose work I was not a fan of. I was watching her do the client before me and I was like, that does not look too great. And when I booked, I thought I was booking with the owner of the shop. I didn't know this was a salon with a bunch of different braiders. I think it was like 6 or 7 different braiders in there. My intention was to book with the person who did my 2 friends' hair who went there. So when they told me to sit in this lady's chair, I was like, is she doing my hair? And when I told my friend that, she was like, you said that? I'm like, yeah, I said that because I'm about to pay them my hard-earned money. I want to make sure I'm getting what I'm paying for. I'm not about to just sit in a chair and shut up just to avoid being confrontational. I mean, I asked them in a nice way. I wasn't rude about it at all. I just asked, like, is this who's doing my hair? I wanted to clarify because there was a chance that she was not doing my hair and she wasn't. But my friend was like, I would have been scared to speak up. And I was like, I mean, I feel like years ago, I probably would have been scared to speak up, but I know how to advocate for myself. I know how to stand up for myself. And like I said before in one of my other recent videos, I don't like sitting in misery just to make other people comfortable. I'm gonna tell you if I have a concern, if something is wrong, if I feel a certain type of way, because I love and value myself too much to allow myself to be miserable just to please other people. Then another example, when I was there, the girl asked me, did I want 1 or 1B? For those of y'all who don't know, that's like hair color terms. I told her I wanted 1 because I like jet black braids. She proceeds to go grab a pack of 1B, thinking that I wouldn't know the difference. So I'm watching her separate the hair and I'm like, is that 1? And she was like trying to act like she was looking at it to see if it was 1 or 1B. And she was like, oh yeah, this is 1. And I was like, that looks like 1B. And I know somebody's probably watching this like, girl, you are problematic, but that's not what I asked for. It's not about being problematic. It's about getting what I asked for. I'm a paying customer. I deserve to get what I asked for. But that comes with confidence. That comes with valuing yourself and knowing that you deserve the things that you want, the things that you're asking for. I'm not afraid to speak up when someone is crossing my boundary. I'm not afraid to speak up when someone's doing something that I don't like. I'm not afraid to speak up if someone wants me to do something that I don't want to do. Because again, I have confidence in myself and I know that I'm going to be okay whether that person is upset with me or not. Again, I don't say things in a rude way. I'm not problematic, but I also won't say that I'm not confrontational because confrontational isn't always a bad thing. I just don't mind speaking up, telling people what's on my mind and making sure I'm getting my needs met while I'm meeting other people's needs too. And last but not least, confident women are not afraid to take up space. They don't walk into rooms like they don't belong there. Have you ever seen a woman walk into a room and she owns the room without having to do too much? Like, she just has this aura about her, this very confident energy that makes you feel like she knows she belongs here. The other day, I saw a video of Rihanna arriving at a fashion show during New York Fashion Week. And everyone in the comments was saying the same thing. Like, she lit that room up when she walked in there. She didn't do anything really other than walk in the room. I don't know, maybe it was the way she walked into the room. Like, she walked like she was confident. She walked like she knew she looked good. And again, she was not jumping through hoops. She wasn't talking real loud. She wasn't causing a scene. Literally floated into the room. Like, she has this grace about her that demands attention. I don't even know how to explain it, but that's what I mean when I say confident women are not afraid to take up space. They don't walk into the room with their head down, bad posture, looking real timid, hiding in a corner, not really trying to talk to people, just not trying to be seen. They literally demand attention by just being there. I love women like that. Women who really just own the spaces that they're in. Women who are literally just there, but their presence is felt. Like, their presence holds so much weight. Not being afraid to take up space also relates to like opportunities and trying new things, getting into new hobbies or getting into new careers. Just knowing that you have value in a space. When I started my YouTube channel, like I said, I wanted to start a YouTube channel years ago, but I honestly didn't think I could create a lane for myself. I felt like the industry was too saturated. I felt like there wasn't really anything special about me that would make people gravitate towards me. But once I grew my confidence and gained more confidence and increased my self-esteem, I knew that I could create a lane for myself by just being here and being me. I was no longer afraid to take up space. I was no longer afraid to own the lane that I was in. I no longer feel the need to shrink myself or dumb myself down because I know the value that I bring into any room that I'm in or any space that I enter. As always, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Comment down below and let me know which point was your favorite. If you have not seen my other videos on confidence, I will link them down below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.